Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review of these three products. It is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush, the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation, and the e.l.f. Maximum Coverage Concealer. So the other day I was browsing on the internet and I noticed that e.l.f. Cosmetics actually have opened their Swedish site, so I decided to buy a few things from there to test that I have been looking at for a little while, but I just haven't been able to buy it. So previously when I've gone to order them, they've either been out of stock or they haven't had all the product range in, and luckily the Swedish site actually has everything. So yeah guys, let's just go to applying it. So I'm going to start off by putting just a little dab on the back of my hand, like so, and it's a really thick formula. That baby is not going anywhere. So this product contains tea tree oil, witch hazel, and salicylic acid, and it actually does smell a little bit like tea tree oil. It's not a horrible smell, it is actually quite a pleasant smell. So I'm going to be applying it with this flat top foundation brush, and we will see what happens. I think this is the right colour for me. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good colour match. So I had to take a guess on my shade and I chose Porcelain. Now Porcelain is usually a cooler tone in most brands, but I read somewhere that it was a yellow based tone in the e.l.f. range, so I ordered that one to see if it would match, and luckily it does. So my skin's usually a neutral, but I tend to go for the warmer tones because they seem a little bit more flattering on me over the neutral. If I can get the neutral, then I'll get the neutral, but if not, I just go for the yellow based ones. I actually really like the way it's applying at the moment. I would say, depending on how you apply it, is what coverage you're going to get. Now if you use a brush like this, you're probably going to get a more fuller coverage, but you could, depending on how much you use, share it out to a medium. So I'm just gonna have a look and see how it actually is. It feels kind of tingly on the skin at first, but nothing that's horrible feeling. It hasn't set into any of my pores, and the finish is quite powdery as well. I mean, I'm going to still set it for that extra bit of coverage. I don't think I would need to normally. I would say because it actually sets as a powder, that you would want to be careful if you have very dry patches, because it might cling to it. But first impressions, I actually really like it. This could actually be my new favourite foundation. So moving on, the next product I got was the Maximum Coverage Concealer. Now this one is also in Porcelain, so the shade is a little bit lighter than the foundation, only just a little bit, which would give a more brighter look. So again, it's a very thick formula. It's like the foundation. I feel like it's going to have more pigmentation. And I also bought this one here, which is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Now every time I've gone to get this one, it's been out of stock. So as you can see, it's actually quite a large brush, and lately I have been using this brush, but I wanted to regain this brush as the highlighter brush, and this one here I wanted a new concealer brush, so I thought I'd try it out. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's see how this works. So the concealer doesn't actually have any scent to it. The coverage is pretty good coverage. I'd say it is quite a full coverage. You could build it up to be even more coverage. So I'm going to start off by applying just a little bit of product first. And I'm also going to use it to prime my eyes. So I apologise if there's any weird noises in the background. My puppy is outside, and although someone's with him, he likes to whine a little bit because I think he knows I'm in here. So that is with the concealer on. I have to say I also like the concealer. I'm actually pretty happy with my purchases. This one here is pretty good as well. I can recommend this brush if you are looking for a brush that will give you more coverage under your eyes with concealer. Then this one here is a good choice. So I've noticed with the fluffier brushes that the concealer doesn't settle in my fine lines as much. So if you do have fine lines, then these brushes tend to be a lot better, probably because it soaks up the product as well. It pulls the product out of those lines and into the brush. So that's the base completed. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then I will see you after. So guys, I've just done the rest of my makeup. So the product is actually really nice. It is a matte finish. It is a full coverage. I don't see it sinking into my pores anyway. The only thing I would say is if you are setting it, be very careful you don't swipe because it can get quite cakey. I really like it, and I was actually really surprised by this one, how much product you get. It looks like it's a little foundation, but it's not. You get 20 ml. So for comparison, 20 ml and this one is 6.8 ml, and this one here was more expensive than this one here. This one doesn't have as much coverage as this one here. This one I think was about 50 crowns, maybe a little bit more. This one here I think was about 150 crowns. I'll leave the prices down in the down bar along with the links to the actual products themselves. So my final thoughts are that I'm really impressed. It was incredibly cheap and the products go on absolutely beautifully. I have to say that this is probably going to be my new go-to base. For a high coverage foundation, it definitely is lightweight like it says on the packet. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you like this video, why not give it a thumbs up? Feel free to subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.